in lane, or magic stick for lane, so that means he's not going mid. And Dawnbreaker is bottle rushing, so they're swapping it up a little bit. I'm usually not a fan of players swapping, you know, positions, so at least they stick their positions, but this could be the best reaction. SF against Sniper is, you know, too Sniper favored, and Dawnbreaker doesn't do too poorly, I think. You can kill the creeps fairly fast. Still probably going to rely on help from Nature's Prophet, though.
Yeah, I mean, chat's probably going wild at us a couple of minutes ago, like blind casters not realizing. Yeah, I was saying Pakar's Lone Druid, because that he's the player that plays Lone Druid and EG, but they've given that to Whisper, so it's a kind of a three-way swap in that regard. Moving everything, all the pieces been moved around.
Yeah, adapting to the game and what you have. So trying to get the best out of it, and we'll see the wards being dropped here. A little bit of a deep ward between the tier 1, tier 2 tower for Radiant. A lot of posturing going on.
Yeah, trying to see what they can see. Pakar's getting body blocked a little by Dyrachyo. Tofu's going to come across and help out and keep Panda away. There's a line of 5 heroes across the river from both teams, itching for a fight around these early runes.
Fighting hard for the rune control here. Trying to get an edge, EG. Gonna be hard to get to top rune 2, though.
Oh, 2 for 2. And Dyrachyo tried to contest it, nearly got the third one. Because the swagger fiend with his chat wheel lines.
So they're lane swapping as well on the side of Gaming Gladiators. This is very interesting. They're putting the Shaker bottom, and they're gonna offlane the Faceless Void, who does pretty well against SF in lane, believe it or not, because you can time walk away from the races. So once you get one run race, 2 race, you can time walk, make sure you don't get hit by a third, and you don't take that much damage as well.
3v3. What is that? Oh, right. 5v5, they're just sticking around.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That brings me back to my days of playing Dota 1. Pugna, Kotl, Lone Druid, Nature's... I mean, EG have a lot of these elements of just pushing in the mid lane, just send everybody. But nobody bought a Bassi. No one bought a headdress. They're not up to the task.
Yeah, we'll see tips coming out. Both teams having a little bit of fun with it here as they're sitting around trying to get the D ward here on the side of EG. Gaming Gladiators protecting it as well as they can. He swapped in the Sentry Ward now on Snapfire, so he's trying to get it back, but it's cooling down for 4 seconds.
I'll see if Matthew and Panda can make their way up there. Maybe we'll get a deny on the Obs Ward. Tofu just going to stick around. So we've got Lone Druid heading down bottom. Earthshaker down there. Going to be in that 1v1 for the first little bit, but there's another sentry placed. The Sentry Ward down, so Observer Board is kept alive for now. Matthew and Panda are going to find their way back to lanes at this point, though. TP level 1 for Matthew. Can get himself across the map quite nicely, and yeah, you're right, he's holding a sentry ward still. So he can come back for the D ward, while Whisper and Pakar's lane swapping themselves as well. Lone Druid heading top, Shadow Fiend comes bottom for that Earthshaker matchup.
Yeah, a little bit of a dance here, and it's interesting seeing the lane swapping when you have the portals available as well, right? The twin gates make it so that you can kind of react to this. So EG trying to get the matchups they want once again here, getting the Lone Druid against the Faceless Void, which is a good matchup because the continuous harassment of the bear is very annoying for Faceless Void. He does well against bursts of damage, but not that well against continuous harassment.
I'm not going to lie, I kind of miss the days of the lane swaps where we would have 2 carries farming jungle together. Because it was more efficient to do that than actually walk from lane to lane to lane.
Yeah, that was, I don't know, some interesting things. You know, we swap, you swap, and if someone starts running, the other guy also has to start running. It was a little bit more hilarious to me back then because you had to travel all the way across the map. Now, with the twin gates, it's a bit faster.
Yeah, it makes things much simpler. No more stalling and mucking around.
Yeah,
and just get there normally. Again. And we're back. So it's Cave Johnson as we get ourselves back into game 2 here. If you're just joining us, Gaming Gladiators won the first game in about 22 minutes. Quite simple, straightforward for them. Game 2 here, a bit of a shift up from EG with Lone Druid off lane for Whisper, Shadow Fiend for Pakar's, and
Dyrachyo is going for the gates, man. He's like, no, I'm not having this bear in my lane. I'm leaving, I'm going bottom.
Oh, I'm out of here. And Tofu's left alone. Celery's down here just putting fatal bonds on people. Dyrachyo's come across. Oh, hello. All right, this is my lane again, is it?
they're denying the SF the portal. Do you see that? So Celery moved in to attack the SF, preventing him from using the portal, keeping him here, basically pinning him to the lane. You will deal with the Faceless Void, and we will get the lanes that we want. It was a really like a key moment that Celery moved in to body block SF from moving across there.
Alright, good stuff. Right in that mid lane, see Smile against Quinn. 5 and 3 for the sniper. Always going to get some nice little peeps on these last hits. Dawnbreaker did do a lot of damage to the sniper, but wasn't able to actually finish him off and get that full kill on him.
Lane starts out decently for the first like 2 or 3 levels, but it gets progressively harder. Once the sniper has like 2 points into his take aim and more points into headshot as well, you will take so much damage from just showing in lane.
Especially, I guess he does have a high ground ward still, right? See Small, so we can see where the sniper's standing. We're still going to get peeped at by him. Back in that
you
top
can see
lane.
him, but you can't do that much to him. He's too far away.
Yeah, need the... See, that's the thing. That's where the... Like, Shadow Fiend felt like such a good mid-hero with the Nature's Prophet, sprout into raises, but now you don't have that in the mid lane. You're going to have to look for it elsewhere. Matthew up at top, protecting his lone druid, thinking about TPing somewhere.
Oh, Blood Grenade even. Committing on Whisper here.
And going for the bear. And Quinn getting closed in on. Ace gets the first blood as Whisper falls. And Quinn in that mid lane. Matthew TPs, sprouts him up. Celestial Hammer and a Starbreaker will get the kill. Water Rune left there for him as well.
Strong combination. I was going to say that Dawnbreaker works really well with the teleport still as well. She can jump in with a Celestial Hammer, so she can close the distance on Sniper. And that's an important kill for them. But it was also a usual case of, you know, support going for a pull. Just don't die now, my carry. And then, meanwhile, he dies as they pull the small camp. The Lone Druid gets killed.
Yeah, so this Lone Druid and Shadow Fiend, what kind of items are we going to be seeing from them? Because it's been a while since I've kept up with item builds on these two lads.
Oh boy, Lone Druid is actually getting blown up again here, getting too close.
He's got, and that's Bear down for 100.
Bear down for 100 and Walk of Shame as well, and that's going to be a solidified top lane win for Gaming Gladiators, only 3 minutes into the game.
Have you seen what Whisper's bought and what he's got queued up?
Yeah. So I'll walk you through it. you haven't stayed updated. So it's Lone Druid. Current build for Lone Druid is Diffusal Blade. It's very common on the bear because it's a universal hero now. The bear gets benefits from the stats of the Diffu, and it's just really strong stat item. He's going for Power Treads next for the bear as well, since Power Treads are now useful in the bear as well.
Right.
So this is pretty common. You usually see Diffu into Desolator. Is pretty normal build. Just think of it as a universal. Think of it as like Void Spirit, and it will make more sense.
Okay.
Universal items. Harpoon is also a solid option. Like going Echo Saber is not uncommon.
Where's the Manta Bear?
Yeah, I've seen that too, dude. I've seen all of it.
Can the illusions entangle?
No, that would be something.
We're a bit busted. Another TP into mid. Hello, Quinn. Blood Grenade thrown at him. Sprout there to block him out as well. Let's see Smile. Whacks him with the hammer. Quinn standing his ground and fighting, allowing this upheaval and tower shots. And get Celery a kill, and now the turnaround from Tofu's arrival. Matthew body blocked up. Sprouts himself and TPs, knowing there are no further stuns. The Scatter Blast and the final damage, not enough.
I like that both the supports have Quelling Blades, so they like cut the trees open from one side each. Quelling Blades all around when you play against Nature's Prophet. But yeah, they already used their stun. He identifies he can get to safety. So 1 for 1 on the mid players there, but importantly, the Dawnbreaker did get the kill before dying. So almost level 6 now versus the level 4, just about to hit 5 sniper.
And then
once
he can
this
start
Dawn
jumping
ulti
around.
comes in, she'll have that impact towards the side lanes.
Yeah, absolutely will. I mean, feeling like they might need it as well with this Lone Druid having a rough time top. 25-9 Earthshaker and Tofu gunning for Whisper every time he sees him. Lone Druid 18 last hits. Not a travesty up here, but not good by any means. And down that bottom lane, Shadow Fiend looking pretty good, but they've not really halted. Oh, hang on, top. No, the savage raw timing. Whisper pushes back from the cookie. Now the Solar Guardian in towards Ace for the Celestial Hammer. I'll try and finish him off, but he fishes them, holds them back for a couple more seconds, delaying his surely inevitable demise, especially when they TP Matthew forward. A few more hits, the Sprout will be there to block him and finish him off.
Nice rotation and getting immediate value out of that level 6 from Dawnbreaker. Does mean that she can't insta-TP back to mid lane since she, TP'd mid, got the level 6 and then ultied away. So has to do a little bit of a run, but she'll find a shield rune on her way. Get rewarded for that journey.
Dratio going to grab up some Lotuses. Phoenix and Shadow Fiend, I mean, they offer a lot of damage. But Dratio with that Time Walk is able to kind of get out of the range of the Shadow Fiend. And Celery can slow them down, so they've got ways of escaping that damage.
Yeah, interesting to see, by the way, the skill builds. Oh, actually, they're trying to commit on Dratio. Don't think they have the distance on the Shadow Fiend here.
A difficult one for sure.
Interesting to see the skill build I was going to say for the Sniper. He decided to go back fully for the Shrapnel, maxing it out, not going for the headshot build.
So what's the reason for that?
Well, it's a little bit more safety when you get jumped. You get more slow, and it's an easier way to kill the creep wave without being so close. You just shrapnel and sit back. So mainly prioritizing safety here. Also going to help them a little bit with the bear later on. Having shrapnel is really useful. Matthew just keeping in bottom, throwing a blood grenade.
Grenade, some clicks. Playing very aggressively. And Dratio, 6 tick charges. Going to need some more heal and regen to come. Doesn't have that Morbid Mask yet.
Yeah, he runs over to the banner creep immediately, gets that HP regen aura, sitting between the tower and the banner creep, getting nicely healed passively here.
Yeah, what is that, 7 per second? Pretty nice stuff as Matthew comes back in for another round of bouting as Dratio time walks off to the right, aiming for Celery now, but this upheaval and fatal bonds causing issues for EG. They are dying as the Solar Guardian comes now, losing Panda because saved up by this Dawnbreaker who fights Quinn under a tier 1 down bottom lane. Hammer and Starbreaker, not enough damage to finish him off, as the rest of them chasing Dratio to get that kill. Picard's with a double. Barely surviving through the fatal bonds, and now the dive onto Quinn. Seasmall's going for this, knowing there's no reinforcements for gaming Gladiators.
Man, EG are just playing really nicely. Pakas baited Dratio as well. He had Magic Sick all that time, 19 charges. So Faceless Void trying to get the kill on SF, that was never gonna work. Just beautiful play from EG here, going aggressive. And Warlock, he just TP'd in.
Yeah, TP'd in to die. Getting obliterated there. We can see this replay back in the dying moments of Celery in real time into the replay time.
Yeah, I mean, we can die in 2 places, 2 universes at once, man.
Yeah.
The darkest timeline. This Dawnbreaker, I mean, we're seeing why this hero, again, I said it earlier when we were casting some Southeast Asia Dota, it's a big hero there. And I also mentioned South America, they love the Dawnbreaker. It's a big hero in South America, and we see it again, coming out and having some big impact for him.
Yeah, doing really well, coming out that mid lane, playing into bot, but they're still struggling with Whisper's Lone Druid. While that was all happening, I believe he died again, and Ace didn't even have to spend his Echo Slam. They were just able to get in there with a Snapfire and Earthshaker, finish him off quite simply, as Whisper is still trying to farm himself up into that Diffusal Blade.
Yeah, he does have 1 point in Savage Shore to try and keep himself safe and has to ulti, but it's difficult because of the chain stuns, right? The Snapfire plus Shaker, they kind of just comboed him before he could really click any buttons a lot. But once he gets that Diffusal, it's a little bit harder for him to go on him. The Bear will have a built-in slow, which is really useful for trying to get Entangle as well. The Diffusal works super well on the Bear.
Ready to get back underway. Just had a bit more packet loss. It should be all sorted. There's a little bit of calm now from EG. No Solar Guardian for 30 seconds, so they'll wait that one out before they look for any aggressive moves. Let's give a bit of time here for Pakaz to finish off his Mask of Madness, clearing out some of these large camp stacks and the Ancients. I think Dratio is also doing a similar thing. Mask of Madness not too far away for him, and he can dip back into jungle if he needs to.
Yeah, he's so far able to stay in the lane though. Dratio getting the more valuable farm and mid lane, attempting to go a little bit on a Dawn, forcing her to jump away.
Yeah, and I guess we are at that point in the game now. Snap is level 6. They've got that ability to go for Chronos and Kisses plays, but up at top, Ace being surrounded. This global pressure is insurmountable. Gets off the Echo and the Kisses help out. They get a kill on Panda in his dying breath.
Not really able to survive there. The Phoenix just got level 6 from the kill, but didn't have time to try and get the ulti out as the Snapfire was raining down the ulti. Then again, if he did go for the egg, perhaps the little Shredder would just come in and finish him again anyway.
Radiant's top tower.
It might not have been worth it. Whisper just keeps tipping Tofu here. I'm not sure what's going on between these two.
Yeah, I mean, Tofu's having a good game so far, though. He's been at the right place at the right time, involved in 4 of these kills so far. Gets a nice ulti there to punish the big movement that was made by EG. And while EG did get a kill over on Ace, they invested a lot of resources for it.
Yeah, and he's still top of the net worth, right? 5,300. Blink Dagger's coming. Nice Earthshaker, top of the pops right now.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna be... He's got his Blink Dagger coming out, so he's ready to join some fights soon as well.
Celery close to level 6, just needs to leech a bit of XP. Got a stack of camp here for Quinn. Doratio, like you said, not too bothered. Can stay in that bottom lane for as long as he needs. No Shadow Fiend has dipped to farm the stacks back behind him.
Yeah, nice thing with the Shrapnel build as well for Sniper is that he can clear these stacks that, you know, are always going to be there when you got Celery on your team. He's a very stack-friendly player.
Stack-centric gameplay. I'm going to come in behind Ace here. Tofu backing up the big boy Earthshaker. They don't have Echo Slam.
Oh, they're
they do have a Blink Fisher. I mean, he loses so much of his HP, and the Chrono's on to Panda too. I mean, he's going to dive and try to Supernova. Anything coming? They've got Pakaz arriving with a Requiem. Good damage there onto Tofu. With another raise, he'll tap him down. Killing spree comes for Pakaz, and there's the Supernova to force Doratio away. Oh, hello. The fight continuing down further south, though, as Smile fighting into this Golem. Sunray can't heal him up. The Fatal Bonds of the Imps, and Golem's whacking away into him, as Pakaz will clear through the remnants of it. But now Doratio and Ace coming back in. What is it, round 3, round 4 for another jump in towards Pakaz. And this Earthshaker does tremendous damage. Look at him. He's going to whack into the SF, gets the Echo down and takes him out. Ace still alive. The bear is following into him. Doratio going to go for the TP home, but Whisper finally getting involved and a kill to his name.
Finally, Whisper's gonna come in for the cleanup here, but they lost a lot of heroes. Beautiful ulti usages there. I think Gaming Gladiators gonna definitely feel happy with the fight, even though they did drop, you know, Sniper and Shaker there towards the end. The Void back to farming, and at the same time, EG, they did the best they could with punishing there. The SF made some really clutch races, and yeah, I don't know. There was almost too much to go on to really detail it all, man.
Yeah, it's like, okay, there's one fight, the fight ends, and the obs pans to the second fight, and I'm like, oh, right, yeah, there's more heroes just destroying each other. 1,000 range further below them.
A lot of big abilities being put on cooldown, though. So back to lanes and back to farming a little bit.
Big old stacks. Quinn going to come in, clear out the large camp.
Yeah, so the Shadow Fiend, you asked a little bit early on what the build is going to be. So he's going for the Mask of Madness, and the Dragonlance going for Manta style next. So just standard old right-click SF, as he's the carry in this lineup. Even though he has a Lone Druid, he still needs to be that big frontliner. Actually, he changed his mind now that he wants the BKB after all, instead of the Manta.
Yeah, I guess against this Kisses, Chrono, Fissures, and Fatal Bonds.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot that you need to try and protect yourself against.
Lots of alliterative spells. Doratio. Nice, there's been 14 minutes of laning stage for the Faithless Void, right? We've not had any of these tier 1s on the Radiant side really broken down, so laning stage has been pretty solid.
Yeah, I think Gaming Gladiators are very happy holding on to their towers this long, because 14 minutes not losing a single tower against a Lone Druid, SF, and Nature's Prophet is a good job. At the same time, though, they haven't really made any real progress themselves. They did some damage to mid tower and top tower, but still have yet to crack any of them.
I do have one thing to say about these Warlock players in competitive. I think they're not greedy enough, Wagamama. I think the Solar Crest build is nonsense, and they should be rushing Octarine Core and Hands of Midas and getting that shard as quickly as possible.
Spoken as someone who has clearly not been run down by a Warlock Solar Cresting his Golem. The Solar Crest plus Drums build is terrifying. Golem just smacks you. Top,
I just like casting upheaval off cooldown. Oh, hello, Ace. Beautiful Blink Echo. Obliterates Panda. Whisper's going to get into true form. And turn around with the Solar Guarding. Doratio! He dies, not spending Chrono. Now the Golem. Turn around. Back in towards Whisper's Bear. Tofu taking a pretty hefty hit there. The upheaval slows Smile and Whisper down. Ace finally gets the job done, and Whisper, the real hero's gone after he resummoned. That's tragic. Celery just sitting there with a soup, sucking EG into it and annihilating 4 of them.
Yeah, a little bit of a misplay there by Duracho not immediately committing the chrono. He was trying to get the maximum value, you know, waiting until Dawnbreaker arrives. But that gave chance for Lone Druid to cast his Savage Roar. That's why we saw a little bit of a tip coming out from Duracho towards Whisper. He was like, ah, yeah, you got me good. Gets chain stunned and they lose him. But 4 kills and a tower. Gaming Gladiators are not going to cry any tears over this carry dying. He's going for a solo kill bottom now. Chrono.
Yeah,
not
going
gonna
for
get
it.
Oh boy. Chronoing and not getting a kill. He got a little bit unlucky there. He didn't really get many Bash and Maelstrom procs. Well, Phoenix just gets away to safety.
Yeah, but man, a Whisper resummoning that bear on his deathbed. It's now down for a long old time yet again. He's having some struggles keeping the bear alive. Because under a couple of tornadoes over here, just waiting for camps to respawn.
This is also not what you want to have happen. Lone Druid is a tempo hero. He doesn't do super well in the very late game, so you want to be dominating laning stage. Losing the early game tempo can really mean that you don't take those towers that you want to, and you don't bully people with bear while it's still strong. Because later on, you know, Faceless Void is going to stand really well against the bear.
Look at Ace coming back in. All hidden away.
He's 250 gold away from an Aghanim Scepter on this Shaker. He is massive. #1 farmer.
And he's found Whisper once more with the chain stuns and that enchant totem. He gets off the Savage Roar, and Matthew
is fine. Oh, he's not fine.
The kisses are coming. Tofu, he's lined up the shot. And knew exactly where his target was, but the golem's back off cooldown. Everything's ready. Tofu gonna get focused, but heals up with the mech and the wand. He's surviving. And see Smile stuck in the upheaval, slowed and blood grenaded, peeped down by the sniper. EG, 2 cores get killed off as Gaming Gladiators a firm grasp on this top portion of the map.
Yeah, you can see Salary doing the body check for the high ground ward.
Oh, Pakaz, the Blink Echo. It was still available for Ace to come off cooldown. Matthew tries, but they cut through the trees, and now the Nature's Prophet left a bit isolated. Time dilation will slow him down. The pig pole not going to help out too much, and Matthew taken out by Ace.
Yeah, he doesn't even have boots on Nature's Prophet, so walking away from Time Dilation, Shaker, and Faceless Void with bashes, just no way in hell. And meanwhile, top, this Golem plus Sniper still pushing in. Even Celery getting in there with the auto attacks. Look at him go.
Okay, Soulcast is fine. It's okay. I'm just a big soup fan, you know?
Yeah.
I've thought of nothing except soup since you've said that.
Yeah, the upheaval. Such a mouthful. Soup easier.
Nice kisses from Tofu, just finishing him off. Whisper at the very end dies. I think this mech pretty much just got delivered as well. Utilized
the
just in
replay
time.
here. So C-Smile was just stuck there, could not move, could not leave. Golem and Sniper just focusing him down. And Gaming Gladiators are again in a dominant lead, just crossing the 10,000 gold lead at 18 minutes in. And they have the stronger late game draft as well. That's the funny thing. Their lineup isn't really designed to take towers early and crush the early game, but they play the laning stage in such a strong way. And I don't know, man. I sing the praises of this player, but look at Ace, dude. Offlane Shaker, not really where we see Shaker played a lot. It's a little bit unorthodox, but they flex pick that first pick Shaker, put it towards Ace on the offlane, and he's 737, top net worth. I mean, he's just always shining.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, what, 2 hours ago I was asking, what's the flex potential of Earthshaker? We were both saying, yeah, but it's like 99% going mid. Ace is like, I am the 1%. I am the one who can change the mold.
Ace is, yeah, he's not just the top 1%. He's the top one, you know. He's the GOAT right now on the offlane, I would say. He's absolutely outstanding.
Thank you.
He's the king. Alright, now Gaming Gladiator is just setting up a platform here in the northern jungle. Nature's Prophet has TP'd into Radiant Triangle to get a ward down. I was wondering what he was doing, but he's standing atop the cliff.
Not killing the Sniper's Courier. Come on, man. You could have delayed that shard.
Oh, Panda. Oh, dear. Yeah. Phoenix with pretty limited armor against that Sniper's range right clicks.
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty sad.
Sniper getting that shard is super value against the Lone Druid Bear as well. Now you can disarm it and reposition yourself. And he's going for Hurricane Pike next to get the double repositioning tools. Sniper's going to be very, very annoying for him to lock onto.
Now, this has been such a great sweep from Game Gladiators as well, right? Because they go top, they take a team fight, look at that tower, move through that top jungle, back into mid, and now all the way across to guard the enemy Ancients. So they're making sure that Seasmile and Pakaz don't have that free reign of farming. They're forcing them to fight as well as the Requiem and Starbreaker aiming for Ace. Dyrachyo jumps across. Two-man Chrono. This is a good one, but where's the follow-through? The kisses from Tofu landing on Pakaz. They know he's got a BKB, so they can't focus into him. And Dyrachyo actually getting taken down here. Shadow Fiend and Dawnbreaker doing the work while Whisper is kept alive. Upheavaled and Fatal bonded. They've got this golem up on the front lines and they'll be able to find Whisper with the Assassinate. Seasmile looking dead as well. Pakaz was taken down by Ace on the right side of the fight as he brings the Panda Phoenix down as well. EG brought to their knees as Matthew is waiting to top the high ground. Quinn, please let me kill you, but no, it's going to be the Nature's Prophet to die. 4 heroes gone, and Gaming Gladiators really stamping their mark on game 2.
Is this the third fight where they lose to Dyrachyo but then kill everyone else and don't lose anyone else? I feel like Dyrachyo is just an initiator of this game. He goes in and he finds a good chrono, lands really nice chronos, but then he's a little bit too overcommitted. And at the end of the day, while he goes down, his team is just, you know, reaping the rewards of his play.
And back to farming. Team fight win, objective claimed, gather up all the goodies on the map.
Oh my god, I can't believe how far he is spent. Shaker is going for a heart, and he has 3.4k gold with Blink and Aghanims already. This is getting very out of hands. I don't really see how you're going to get back into the game here for EG when your lone read is at 6,000 net worth. He's at the half net worth of the enemy offlane. Not even that.
Yeah, I mean, Phoenix has bought a Midas, gets a Philosopher's Stone, so I mean, just a pipe dream, aiming and angling towards late game as best they can. But yeah, this Earthshaker is going to have, what, like 3,500 HP, minute 23.
Yeah, he's just going to be outside of bursting territory. Tofu sneaks in with a little bit of Wisdom Steal with this Invis rune here, making the most of it. It gets pinged, Seasmile, so it's gone. And they tip Seasmile for farming the Ancients instead of taking the Wisdom rune.
Oh, Pakaz. Dead in the mid lane.
And
didn't even use the
BKB
echo
as well. Yeah, he expended BKB, so when he respawns, doesn't even have that.
Oof. Ow. EG in some trouble here now. Seasmile. What was that? A jump forward from Tofu. Cooking and leaping, pouncing on his target. Hunts the Seasmile Dawnbreaker down. Yeah, Matthew's in the only place that he can be right now. Farming down in that southern portion.
That was such a smooth play as well by Tofu. I like the Force Staff. Force Staff into the cookie. You don't expect him to be able to reach you and set up stun. And then the follow-up is there, of course. Gaming Gladiators playing close on each other here in the enemy territory. I mean, Matthew's at least in a spot to farm, but he doesn't even have power treads. He's not really a hero who can farm at this point. He's just hanging out in an area that is farmable. He's going to TP slightly to the left.
Yeah. Did I just see triple bounty rune in that bottom jungle? No one's been down there in like 10 minutes. Yeah.
Let it cook. They're getting stronger every minute.
Panda. I'm gonna dive away. Whisper has died up top to Dyrachyo. Solo Chrono with that BKB to clear him out as Tofu and Ace. Oh. Yeah, about
the heart is complete, the Shaker's in, and the heart is not just survivability for Shaker, it is a ton of damage. Hits for 1,130 damage when he enchants up.
It's over.
They call it.
Celebratory golem drop. And Gaming Gladiators, they force the GG out of EG.